Hello there, YouTube. Hey, you guys, it's Hawk here, bringing you guys another Battlefield commentary. And as you guys can see in the background, I am playing a really interesting setup. I am using smokes and defibs only, and I went positive at the end of the game. Just thought I'd let you guys know that. Just something fun to watch in the background. But today, I decided that a good topic would be about rejection, and how many times I've actually been rejected by girls, because, believe it or not, I've asked out girls in extremely stupid ways. Like, I don't know if it's just me, but I get extremely nervous extremely quick, and it's not like in like a crowd of people or anything. It's just around girls, especially ones that I really like. So like for example, like my first girlfriend gave me some of the worst butterflies I have ever had. Like even going for the first kiss, I was like, my stomach was, it sounds like my stomach is like farting on the inside. That's the only way I can explain that. But I mean, I get so nervous, like even around, you know, any of my recent girlfriends, even if I had been with them for a month, like if we were about to do anything, like my stomach just growls at me. But I also have like this huge fear of rejection. I hate, like the thing about me is whenever I ask out a girl, I ask them out because there's a reason why I'm asking them out. But I'm like deathly afraid, not deathly afraid, but I just hate getting rejected. It's just not a good feeling. But I mean, I've also asked out girls in some of the stupidest ways. Like the first girl I had ever asked out was this girl named Sam, which ironically is my most recent girlfriend's name, but not the same Sam. Anyways, but there is this girl named Sam, and I believe I was 14 at the time. And I was a freshman in high school, and I was going to ask her out to my first homecoming dance. And she had a boyfriend before this. I already knew that, and they had just broken up, so I was going to take it easy, and I wanted to ask her out to it. And so I bought the tickets. You know, my parents, they're the ones that gave me advice on how to ask her out. Now, first off, I should have never freaking listened to them. I'm letting you guys know now, never listen to your parents if they tell you how to ask out a girl, especially if you're a younger dude. Like, if you're older, you already know this. But if you're younger, don't listen to them. It's always wrong, especially nowadays. But what they said was you want to get her to the side and give her a rose and ask her out in a really sweet way, which, don't get me wrong, was cool. But I bring her to like a side room. I remember it was in a church that I used to go to, and I bring her to a side room and I pull out a rose and I'm like, will you go to homecoming with me? And she was like, well, maybe. And of course at the time, me being me, I'm thinking, oh, maybe it has to be a yes. But you know, no, that's not actually how it really is. Typically if a girl says maybe, it's actually more or less a no. And I didn't find out through her actually. A couple days later my parents had to tell me that she said no. That's how that happened. That was the first girl I had ever asked out, which is embarrassing as could be. I actually recently asked out a different girl who actually stated that I was too young for her. I'm like 6 months younger than her. Like, that's not even that much. Don't get me wrong. The girl is older than the guy, but who the heck cares? Like, that's all that really matters, is that, you know, you want to go out with someone, period. But by far, the funniest one is my junior year in high school. This girl, I remember her so well. Here's the problem, though. She was she was a Mexican girl. No offense to Mexicans, but she was Mexican, barely understood any English. She spoke mainly Spanish. And mind you, I am a white guy. I do not understand Spanish that well. Like, I understand Spanish, but I can't speak it that well. Like, I took 5 years of Spanish, and like the biggest phrases I know is tengo un gato mi pantalones and me gusta galletas, okay, which is nothing, okay. Like, that's literally all I know, and I know like basic foods. But I wanted to ask this girl out. Me and her used to flirt a lot. I mean, even the year before that, for Valentine's Day, I gave her chocolates and she was all about it, and I think she thought I was her Valentine, but it's kind of hard to get that across to a girl that barely knows what the heck you're saying whenever you try asking her out. But so here's what happened. Anyways, junior year, homecoming, I decide that I am going to ask out this girl, and I'm going to do it in the nerdiest way possible. Mind you, back then I was an uber nerd. Like, I had like the slick comb over, I had glasses, well, I still have glasses, but my glasses look really like lanky and skinny back then. Like, I was the definition of a nerd back in high school, like legitimately a nerd, but at the same time I wasn't. It's kind of hard to describe it, but let's just say I looked like one. Well, what I decided to do, because, well, it's just me, I went to my Spanish teacher and I asked him how to ask out a girl to a homecoming dance. Like, how would you say, hey, will you go to homecoming with me in Spanish? I don't even remember the phrase, but I'm like, okay, so should I say this to her? Mind you, I don't have a very good Spanish accent, so saying it to her is just going to embarrass myself more than it needs to. So of course I'm like, okay, well, maybe I should write it down on a poster. No, I'm not a person like following all the mainstream things that everyone does. So me being the nerd that I am, I knew that we had one class together, and that was statistics, which is a math class. I decide to, believe it or not, ask her out through a freaking graphing calculator. Like, how many people do that? I literally wrote the Spanish sentence into the graphing calculator and then handed it to her, and she was like, oh yes, I would love to go, and I was like, oh my god. Like, she said yes to it. So, I mean, I did good. She was kind of a nerd too. It wasn't like too nerdy. She was very, very pretty. But just the way I asked her out. Now, mind you, I didn't get rejected though, okay? That wasn't the rejection portion of this whole thing that we're even talking about. It's just the stupidest way I've ever asked out a girl. Now, the way I technically speaking got rejected is she gets in a car crash, right? Which, that's not getting rejected right there. But she has like a neck brace and everything, and I'm like, cool, I'll still go to homecoming with you. I don't care if it's a week away, okay? She decides that she no longer wants to go with me and she would rather just stay home, and I'm like totally okay with that. So she does her own thing, I do my own thing. I don't even go to homecoming. I don't remember what I did with the tickets. I think I just threw them away. But here is what happens. A couple weeks later, one of my friends showed me pictures from their homecoming dance, and she was in the background with another dude. Like, are you kidding me? You could have just said no. I know that you got in a car wreck and everything, but dear God, just say no. That's all you have to do. Like, oh my gosh. Like, I've even been rejected in front of all of my friends. Like, those aren't as embarrassing, especially if you're kind of messing around. Like, my first year of college, I asked out this girl named Kara, and I had been going out with her for like a month and a half. Not going out, but like being alone together, going to lunch and stuff, hanging out all the time. So of course I thought, you know, she wanted to get asked out by me. So of course I bring her, like, it was right after our music class. I remember that because I used to be a music major, and all of my best friends are there and her, and I decided to ask her out in front of them. And I asked her out like the most common mainstream way. Hey, you want to go get dinner and a movie? And like, no. And then she just walked away, and I swear to God, we didn't see her for like a month. I don't even know how to describe like how that felt to me. I was like, what the hell did I do? But I mean, what I'm going to tell you guys is that, you know, if you're a guy and you ask out girls, expect to get rejected quite a few times, especially if you're a younger guy. It's going to happen every once in a while. But I mean, for me, it just sucks because I don't ask out girls that often. The last couple girls I've ever asked out that have been my girlfriends, I've all asked them all out through text messages. So I mean, it wasn't anything special. But I mean, I don't even know how I'm going to ask out the next girlfriend. Maybe I should wear that Nova thong and like just go out in my yard and, you know, see how many people I can bring into my yard with the milkshake, you know, do that little dance. No, I'm just kidding. I'm never going to do that vlog. Don't ever ask for it. I swear. Anyways, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this commentary. If you leave a like and a comment, that would be greatly appreciated. Anyways, you guys, I will see you out on the battlefield. Adios, you guys. Peace out.
I'm going to M6.
I'm 9 and 14. I'll take.
Nope, 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 nope. Oh!
What happened?
That was a juke. That was a juke.
I saw that right in my face. Like, no.